Hi guys, how you doing? So I have here three articles with me. The first one deals with a judgment by the court on alimony. So this is the story. A man filed for divorce as his wife had deserted him, and he had no other option. He was directed to pay maintenance of 450 rupees a month to his ex-wife. Now, 450 rupees a month is really like fucking nothing, but I guess it depends on the financial conditions of the guy. However, she agreed to take a one-time payment of 65,000 rupees and relinquish all rights to claim any maintenance in the future. You probably know where this is going. She came out after, she probably ran through that money, asking for maintenance a second time. The session court, through some idiotic reasoning, granted her a monthly compensation of 1,000 rupees a month. The man challenged the decision in the High Court, and the High Court ruled in favor of the woman. And this is the reasoning the High Court gave for the judgment. In the capacity as a divorced woman, she cannot be disentitled to claim maintenance from the person as once she was the wife. A woman, if after her divorce becomes destitute, the man who was once her husband continues to be under duty and obligation to provide maintenance to her, and that there is no merit in the contentions that since the divorce was obtained by the petitioner on the ground of desertion, maintenance should be waived. Putting it simply, the wife can do absolutely anything she wants. Leave the guy, fuck another guy, doesn't matter. She's entitled to maintenance. Divorce in India. The divorced woman is still the wife of the man, but only in the sense that she can use him as an ATM. And of course, the court completely overlooked the fact that they had come to an agreement and she had relinquished her rights to maintenance. But it does not matter if she relinquished her rights. He still has to pay. I mean, it is the duty of an ex-husband to maintain his ex-wife. This is what women empowerment has come to, is it? Milk other guys for money? Seriously, what the fuck? The court doesn't even look at if the wife has a job or if she has the qualifications for a job. Even if she's got a master's and the guy's just a 12th pass, he still has to fucking pay her money, even though she can get a much better job than him. Moving on, the next is about a player cop. Freeze, we'll name the cop Joe and the woman Jane. Jane approached the police after her husband was severely injured in a hit-and-run accident. She wanted the police to apprehend the driver in order to get financial compensation. Joe was temporarily in charge of the station when she approached them. He used this to obtain her cell number and started a secret relationship with her. They soon got married. All this while Jane's husband was still recovering and Joe was already married. In addition to that, Jane's children are doing the graduation. Now, Joe's first wife approached his department, and the department ordered an inquiry into the matter and discovered that Joe had misused his position, and eventually he was suspended. The article was actually written in a comical manner because, yeah, it seems funny, but if you think about the consequences, that's where it gets a little fucked up. He can do what he wants, but if you're going to place blame both of them. Jane is also at fault. But of course, we do not see women as agents. Jane was probably tricked into the marriage by the cop or forced into it, and so her actions are obviously ignored. Women absolutely love not having agency in these cases. But the minute their agency is ignored, where she wants it addressed, fucking all hell breaks loose. And there's more. Here's what I believe are the consequences and what probably might happen once Jane's husband recovers. He will file an adultery case against Joe. And Joe will end up in jail for probably 3 years or so. He will also file for divorce on grounds of adultery. It's likely that he will get the divorce, but he probably has to still pay maintenance to his wife. Yeah, that's how it is. Until she gets married, of course. But if the other guy's in jail, there's no way she's going to get married. And obviously, the second marriage is not legal because they were already married. Anyway, so one man was part of the crime of adultery, and the other man was a victim of adultery. It doesn't matter whether the man was a victim or a perpetrator. They'll get punished either way. One guy with probable jail time and the other guy with maintenance. The woman, even though she was one half of the adultery crime, does not receive any punishment because according to the law, she cannot be prosecuted for adultery. Only the man can. And to top it all off, she gets maintenance. Indian law. It's wacky like that. And to hit the nail on the head, I have this speech. An IPS officer was booked 2 days back for raping a woman. According to the complaint filed by the Jabalpur-based victim, 2013 batch IPS officer Lohit Matani raped her at a hotel in Tukonganj area in August this year after calling her to the city by promising to marry her. According to the article, the victim got in touch with the accused on social media. He asked her to come to Indore, where he viciously forced her to have sex. Well, that's what rape is supposed to be, right? In this case, though, no. They had consensual sex. The mistake he made, though, was that he promised to marry her. The victim goes on to say the accused Lohit had promised her to help her crack the UPSC exam by asserting that he was chosen as IPS and he was the in charge of Maharashtra state. The victim alleged that she stayed with him for a few days and traveled to many places where he raped her. You get the picture, right? I mean, she was fucking traveling with him. This is not fucking rape. When she says rape, all she means is they had consensual sex and then he's doing something that she doesn't like, which is that he's not agreeing to marry her. She also told that when her guardians went to Lohit's house with the marriage proposal, he did not agree to tie the knot. If you think about it, false promise to marry and then the guy agrees to marry her, he'd be fine, right? Like, the rape case goes off and he's good. Nope. An article came out today shaming the man after he agreed to marry her. The heading of the article reads, "Shameful. IPS officer who raped woman agrees to marry her in order to escape punishment." Of course, the heading is fucking misleading. When you just look at the heading, I mean, it's just basically clickbait. It says, he raped a woman, which sounds more like a forceful act. And then agreed to marry her in order to avoid punishment. Seems like he played a get out of jail free card. Of course he fucking agreed to marry her to escape punishment. I mean, he doesn't want to live the next 20 odd years in jail. Label him as the fucking immoral person. What do these guys think the girl wanted? She wanted him to marry her. And that's why she accused him of rape. This was blackmail, pure and simple. But legal blackmail. Marry me or get convicted of rape. Easiest way to trap a guy in marriage, have sex with him, and then accuse him of rape under pretext of marriage. You didn't hear what I said after the word rape, did you? Nobody fucking does, and nobody cares when they hear the word rape. They don't care what's attached to it. I said under pretext of marriage. Now, moving on, this doesn't sound like a violent crime, does it? The guy tricks the girl into sleeping with him. It's a bit shitty, it's a bit shady, but hell, it's not violent. He didn't force himself on her. It's not like he pinned her down and, fucked the shit out of her. Unless, of course, they indulge in BDSM. I don't know. Yeah, but the thing is, this is also categorized under violent crimes against women. Anyway, the couple have tied the knot and they have gone to withdraw the case that was filed. I do feel sad for this guy, but hey, your actions have consequences. And if you're male, it's a lot fucking worse. To summarize, The so-called victim contacted the guy, and he somehow convinced her to have sex. He said he'd marry her, and then later changes, the decision of marriage. Of course, fucking a lot of people do that, and I think men should be allowed to do that. But there you go. That's fucking rape. And now he agrees to marry her, and he's still fucking shamed for it. And these cases are not as rare as you think. I remember reading an article about a woman who filed a rape case against her boyfriend because she could not find him. She thought he had run away and left her. It was later found that he had gone for his brother's wedding. Yeah, he didn't tell her. That's fucked up, but she filed the case anyway. And after he came back, the woman obviously withdrew the charges, and they lived happily ever after. The end.